Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. What I wanted to do today was a makeup tutorial using green and eco makeup from the drugstore. And what I mean by the drugstore is Walmart and Target. Although technically I guess those are drugstores because at least my Walmart and Target have a pharmacy, so they are a drugstore store? I don't know. Hopefully that counts. But anyway, I wanted to use the brands Burt's Bees and Pacifica and Found and create a look for you guys because I want to show you that you can use green and eco products at the drugstore. You can get more affordable looks that way, and you can get really great, really high performing products. Like some of my favorite products are these ones from the drugstore. The ingredients of some of these brands may not be as perfect as some of the higher priced brands, but not everyone can afford or has access to these other green and eco beauty brands. So I want to show you what you can do with what you can get at the drugstore. The only product that I don't have from the drugstore is a concealer. And Pacifica and Found both make concealers, but the issue for me is that I am so fair that none of the concealer shades they have work for me, which is a whole other can of worms, is the limited shade range in some of the face products that are available at the drugstore. And so I can't buy a concealer that works for me, so I did have to use a higher end concealer. But other than that, everything on my face is from the drugstore. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and what products I ended up using, be sure to stay tuned. First, I'm going to start out with my foundation, and the one I have is the Found Nourishing Liquid Foundation. So this one is in the shade Porcelain. And mine looks really crazy because my pump broke on it, so I actually have to like unscrew it and like scoop the foundation out, which isn't great. I am really frustrated that the pump broke. I think it may just be because this is a more affordable line that maybe they didn't invest in as much in packaging, but the bottle is a glass bottle, which is nice. It's just my pump, as you can see, is it doesn't pump anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my MOTD Beauty and the base brush. The Found foundation has more of a matte formula, but I also really highly recommend the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows foundation. This one is a more dewy foundation. I went with the Found foundation for today because I have a long day ahead of me and matte foundations just wear a little better on my skin for really long days. But the Burt's Bees is excellent. I have the shade Porcelain in that one, but in fact I think I could go up one shade because the Porcelain's actually a little light on me in the Burt's Bees foundation, but I do have to say that one is excellent. I recommended it to one of my friends. She is a skin tone like extremely close to mine, like maybe a smidge darker, but like she is porcelain fair as well. And she loves that foundation. Like that is her ride or die foundation. She's gone through a bottle of it already. She was just telling me that she needs to go ahead and purchase another bottle. She's like, this foundation is amazing. So if you are looking for a more dewy foundation, definitely check that one out as well. As I mentioned, I don't have any concealers because I can't find any that are in a fair enough shade for me that I can purchase at Target or Ulta or Walmart. The one from Found is too dark for me. The ones from Pacifica are too dark for me. Burt's Bees doesn't make a concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and conceal off camera and then I will join back with you in a minute. But I am going to let you know what I do use as my concealer is the Alima Pure Cream Concealer in the shade Pearl. And I do use the Hint Beauty Duet Concealer. And these aren't ridiculously priced. They are definitely more expensive, but if you're really fair like I am, there's kind of nothing more you can do about it. I'll be back in a minute. Now that I have some concealer on, I'm going to take the Found Translucent Setting Powder and set under my eyes. And I do have to say, unfortunately, this doesn't have a locking sifter, as I mentioned with the foundation. I don't think Found was investing as much in packaging, but it does keep the price point down. I don't think I love this one quite as much as my RMS Unpowder, but it does a pretty decent job. I'm going to go ahead and apply that using the Real Techniques setting brush. And this also does have a bit of tint to it. It's not a purely translucent powder, but the nice thing about the tint is I think it really helps you from looking like completely white under the eyes. Before I go ahead and set my face, I'm going to do my eyebrows. And today I'm going to be using the Found Shape and Define brow pencil, which is really my favorite brow pencil. If you're looking for a retractable brow pencil in Green and Eco Beauty with a spoolie, I can't recommend this one enough. The ingredients aren't perfect, but the price is amazing and you burn through these really quickly. You know, if you use them, you know how that is. So it's really great to have these at a really good price, and I just love the formula of it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my brows using this. If you noticed when I was filling in my eyebrows, I really focused on the tail of my brows because that is where my brows are sparser. If you want your brows to look more natural, really just focus on the areas that are sparse. You don't need to fill in your entire brow. I have quite a bit of hair in the front of my brow, so I don't fill in there. I really just focus on the outer part of my brows and then just use the spoolie to kind of blend into the front part. And that way it looks more natural and not overdrawn. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I always set my face because I have oily skin. It just helps my foundation wear longer. Best tip, if you have oily skin, always powder your face. Also, as I say too, you can use your powder to build up some coverage. So the powder I'm going to be using today is the Found Mattifying Powder Foundation, and I have the shade Fair. It's a smidge dark for me, like I can make it work. If they had a shade in Porcelain, that would be great, but they don't, unfortunately. So I was looking at the Burt's Bees powder foundation, but I wasn't in love with some of the ingredients in it, so I went with this one instead. I do really like this one from Found. It is a better price, first of all, and it does have a fair amount of coverage. I wore just the powder foundation one day because I just wanted to see the coverage on it, and it definitely helped to even out my skin tone. Like, I was happy with the coverage I was getting from this. So I'm going to take my MOTD Set and Go brush and just dust this all over my face. Don't mind my hair. I somehow managed to pick up a whole bunch of static in my hair. I'm doing my best to control it, but it's kind of going everywhere. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush. I am going to be using the Burt's Bees Blush in Shy Pink today. I love the Burt's Bees blush formula. Like, I love just how it applies. It's beautiful and it wears beautifully on the face. I also really do like the Found Baked Illuminating Blush in the shade Peach Glow. This is beautiful as well. For today, I want something a smidge more pinky, so I'm going to go in with Burt's Bees Shy Pink. I'm going to be applying that with the Furless MF1 brush. For highlight, I'm going to use my beloved Found highlighting palette. I think I'm going to spice things up a little bit and take this middle pink shade here, and I'm going to be applying that with my Root Set and Illuminate brush. If you haven't checked out this highlighting palette, you need to. Like, you really do. And I love that they have 3 different shades in it too, so I really think you can find one for your skin tone. I can make this one and this one work for me. Like, the pink and the lighter gold color both work well. do you see that highlight? Like, that is beautiful. So now I'm gonna move on to eyes. I don't have a eye primer from the drugstore, but I am using the Silk Natural Stick-'em Eye Primer, which is extremely affordable. So I'm gonna mention it because it's very affordable, but you have to purchase it from Silk Natural's website. But I have to use an eye primer because of just how hooded and oily my eyelids are. But if your eyes aren't as hooded or your eyelids are not as oily, you can probably get away with not using an eyeshadow primer. I've scooted you in a bit closer because now I'm going to be working on my eyeshadow. And not surprisingly, I'm going to be using the Found Nude 10 eyeshadow palette. And seriously, you guys, if you haven't checked this out, you really need to. Like, it is incredible. I love it. I'm just kind of blown away that this palette exists, especially for the price. And part of what I really love about this palette is how versatile it is and how you just have everything you need to create an eye look. So I'm going to be starting off with this middle brown, pretty deep brown shade right here, and I'm going to be applying that to my lid using the MOTD pigment. Things I adore about this palette is the fact that it has a matte kind of cream shade right here, and I love putting that in my crease before I build up my crease to kind of set everything and help everything blend easier. So I'm going to be taking that shade on my Miss Shady Lady brush and just applying that in my crease. Apply this beautiful matte brown shade in my crease using the MOTD eye-catching crease brush. Next, I'm going to take this matte black shade and just apply it right along my upper lash line using the MOTD straight to the point brush. And for the final step, I'm going to take this light gold color and apply it to my inner corners using the Pencil Me In brush from MOTD Cosmetics. My final step for my eyes is going to be using the Pacifica Dream Big Mascara. It's the mascara wand where you twist the end of it and it starts long, and then you can make it shorter and like denser, and it's supposed to help lengthen and volumize your lashes. It's okay, it's not my favorite mascara. I just have other ones I like better, like the Well People and the Root. Just not my favorite mascara. It does bleed on me pretty badly, so I also don't love it for that reason. There's my mascara applied. I didn't show you because I always think it's kind of weird to watch someone apply mascara. But anyway, this is it on, and if things look a little crazy, I did that horrible thing where I put on my mascara and then immediately sneezed and mascara went everywhere. Thank you, spring allergies. It is finally warm in New England, and the result is spontaneous sneezing at weird times, including right after you put on mascara, but that is what the mascara looks like on me. I skewed you back out a little bit, and now I'm going to apply my lipstick, which is the Pluscious Liquid Lipstick from Pacifica, and this is in the shade Breathless. And there we go. This is my completed look using green and eco products that are available from the drugstore. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!